Hey guys, it's Tomme. We're back at Port Brewing again today, hanging with two of my favorite homies, Santa Claus and Rudolph here. Got a couple versions of our Santa's Little Helper Imperial Stout that we're going to talk about today. On my right, we've got the regular version. This is the one that comes out every fall. This is our regular Imperial Stout, Santa's Little Helper, about 9.5% alcohol. This is our best-selling seasonal beer behind our high tide, so there's a lot of Santas that makes it out into the world. On my left, we've got the red label version. This is our summer version. It's a 100% bourbon barrel-aged version of the Santas. We take every fall and brew the Santa's Little Helper for release, take a bit of it, age it in bourbon barrels, and then we release it for our Christmas in July party that takes place usually around the 25th of July every year. So we're going to talk about each beer and what it is that's going on in these bottles, what makes each one so special. Again, this is our second best-selling seasonal beer. Christmas beers are very popular, and I think you'll see with this beer, it's just a very straightforward Imperial Stout. So let's go ahead and get it opened up and talk about this. So one of the things you'll notice is this is a green label with Santa being blacked out. There's some alcohol labeling rules that people think that we shouldn't be showing Santa in his outfit, so his regular attire. So we've taken the liberty to just go ahead and black that guy out so that nobody makes a mistake that we have Santa Claus on our beer label. A huge head on this beer. Really, really nice pour. Big, dark black beer. Tan head. All the bottle conditioning properties that you'd expect to see. Makes this a great beer to put away in your cellar for years on years. Now, in this beer, in the aroma, we get a more hop presence than we would find in something like our Old Viscosity. That's by design. We also have a little bit more of a roasted barley texture. It's going to be a little bit drier and a little more hop driven because of that dryness than our Old Viscosity would be. A great sipping beer. Again, we sell a ton of this beer, both in draft and in bottle formatting. On my left, we have the bourbon barrel version. Again, a 100% bourbon barrel aged version of the same beer. Spends about 8 months in the barrel before we release it in July. What makes this different than our older Viscosity, is, which shares the same sort of barrels, is that the roasted barley and the hop rates really come through in this beer. Even though it spends about the same amount of time in the oak barrel, we get a much different texture. So it's a little bit lighter on the nose and a little bit lighter on the palate. When I pour this beer, I get this real Boilermaker presence, a pure bourbon character. Because the beer doesn't have as much caramel sweetness, it tends to reflect a more pure bourbon character on the nose. So you can expect to really be, the essence of a Boilermaker, a shot of bourbon dropped in booze, or dropped in beer, to sort of come through in this beer. Flavor-wise, it's exactly that. It's a shot of bourbon with a long beer finish. So side by side, they look a little similar. They have a very different flavor perspective from the barrel aging. I think you'll enjoy either one of them. Look for this one in the summertime. Look for this one in the wintertime. Stash a few in your closet in case Santa needs some for his cookies. And hopefully you guys will come to see why it is that we love Santa's Little Helper so much.